Hello, welcome back to Ratropolis. I'm gonna open a window. It's rather warm in here, and we're going to begin our Leader Plus episode for today. Let's do it. How you doing today? Good afternoon, morning, I guess. Afternoon for me. It's a little later than I've been recording the last 2 days. Wednesday, Thursday for you, right? Yeah, it is Wednesday. These weeks are going by so fast. It's crazy. Like it's May 20th, and that's weird. I'm gonna probably say this in every single episode, right? But that's weird that it's so late into May. Time is but an illusion. I messed up, and that's fine. I don't think it's going to be that big of a deal. We'll see. But yeah, how's it going? It is 1:40. I did not wake up as early as I have been. I was like, you know, I had my alarm set to go off at noon, and today I woke up at noon, and I went, you know, this wasn't like a oh, I woke up and then just went like, nah, I'm gonna turn the alarm off and go back to sleep. It was more of a conscious decision where I woke up and I went, man, I've been like real tired at 3 a.m. I think I'm just gonna sleep a little longer today. And I think I'm just gonna aim to get up at like 1, like somewhere between 1 and 1:30, more or less, from now until I get coffee. Like when I had the coffee, it was no big deal, right? Drink a little coffee and it's like, ah, yeah, I'm good. Without the coffee, I'm like, oh no, I'm tired. Welcome to the new chapter in my life where I become one of those people who has a mug that says don't talk to me until I've had my coffee. And I then define my entire personality around my coffee. My existence is just to drink more coffee. I exist solely to propagandize for big Folgers. I'm gonna take 2 houses here. Something like that. Something like that. Maybe not quite that dramatic, but... Nah, you know what? That dramatic. We're going in. Big Folgers, sponsor me. Folgers Gaming. Oh my god. But nah. Other than that, how you doing today? I hope you're holding in there. Hanging tight. I have not done anything today, as I'm sure you're aware. I've been awake for like 30 minutes. I woke up about 1:30. You know. Spent a little time on the phone, just messing around. I did take a look at Monster Train. I mentioned this, I think, in the last episode. I'm probably going to play that game in place of Stone Shard, and I'm gonna aim to finish up Stone Shard tomorrow. Well, which is today for you. So yeah, I'm aiming to finish Stone Shard probably pretty soon. Realistically, I should aim to finish it today, I think. But I think I want to have like one bridging episode. I don't want it to be like, hey, here's all the progress I made and we're done. Like, series over. But also, that's kind of how it's looking. Where it's going to be like, hey, welcome back to Stone Shard. Here's all the progress I've made in the last 2 days. Because I've been playing, I just grinded it all out. But also, like, this is the problem that I've faced with Stone Shard for the last little bit now, is like, what we have left to do in Stone Shard is boring. I have no qualms about saying that I think that what we have left to do in Stone Shard is not interesting. Because what I have left to do in Stone Shard is literally just grind, like, 2 levels. So it's just going to be running the exact same dungeons over and over again. Removal from this position, I think I should not remove anything. I think not. Our economy is not strong enough for me to take out a card here. If I was confident, we could remove the Potter, however I am not. So I shall not. But yeah, I think if you're watching Stone Shard alongside these videos, you're going to notice a pretty big jump, most likely, in strength. Restaurant wall. Probably just restaurant wall, right? I could take attack, actually. I think I'm going to take attack. I'm a little worried about our position here, right? And I think attack handles that worry. Also, I was not honestly aware that attack could happen like this. We're on the forest today. I didn't even mention we're playing random, so it's like I just kind of roll with whatever I get though. To be honest with you, I don't even think about it too much. Lots of forest though, which I'm not complaining about anymore. There was a time where the forest would be the map to complain about. However, now that they have rebalanced everything, the forest is no longer the map to complain about. But yeah, Stone Shard's probably coming to an end. I think my plan is to do a bunch of grinding off camera today, and then basically just finish the game. Like do a bunch of grinding off camera, and then bring out whatever I'm going to play in place of it, and play that and the final kill of Stone Shard tomorrow. Right? So I think my recording day is going to be a little weird, because I'm not just going to record everything and then do other things. I'm going to play Stone Shard and hang out for a little bit before I move on with my day and go do other stuff, which is weird. Not that bad, just kind of strange. Definitely not a Golden Archer run right now. It is a good time to upgrade Gather. I think I've been neglecting the first chest upgrade on Gather, and a lot of times I go, man, wish I upgraded Gather here. I haven't been hitting the Merchant ability, and you may be noticing Building Advisor here. I think always Building Advisor, as I talked about a few episodes ago. You may be noticing that I'm not hitting my leader ability, and I believe there's a good reason for this, is that... Oh, wait a minute. Now we fire. The good reason for this is that the enemies... Not the enemies. My gold, we only get 10% of my gold. So right now, if I were to use this, I would get, what, 80 gold? Which isn't bad, but the potential loss is not great of losing my Gather, which costs me a little bit of a break in my flow here. I'll take the upgrade. Yeah, I hit Fletcher, which is the best case. There's like two good cases. Fletcher is great, guards are okay, and Mercenary is bad. Two good, one bad. I'm happy to take that. And a workshop. I like the consistency I feel like I face in Raider Plus. I never... Very rarely do I feel like I have a run where I'm like, oh wow. This one just went extremely poorly on all ends, you know? And I have had a few, but basically I very rarely feel like I have no money at the end of a run. And it's not often that I'm like, oh well, this one would have went better if I had actual income. Right? Because we always seem to be offered livestock or brew. I'm gonna take both, actually. Yeah, I'm gonna take both. Yeah. Anyway, coming up on the channel is new content. Stone Shard's leaving, and I probably this is part of the like feeling it all out sort of section of my content creation journey. I need to understand better when it's time to just like let a series go, you know? I think we've been playing Stone Shard for like 2 months now, and I think it's time to move on. And I think it's been time to move on from Stone Shard for a little while now, but I'm just now starting to realize like, oh wait a minute. I'm on like almost episode 30 of the same campaign. I gotta move it along here. Drop an arrow in there. And then the big thing with this plan is to just make sure that I'm killing the fat boys so that our ranged units can kill the spitters before they get spit upon. That's what I'm trying to say. And also, another note in that line of thinking that I just hit you with is like, oh, well, what about Ratropolis? You've done like 1 billion episodes of this. And while that is correct, Ratropolis is like my mainstay, right? This is the series I'm gonna keep playing, of course. As I've said, I'm going to play Ratropolis maybe until the end of time, I'm not sure. However, Ratropolis is going to like go nowhere. The only thing that'll ever maybe change about Ratropolis is I might bring it back to 1 episode a day if I decide to bring in a lot more variety on the channel here, which, depending on what you've subbed for, sounds like a great thing or a terrible thing. And that is up to you to decide. But ultimately, I just want to like play games that I want to enjoy, right? Things that I think are going to be cool, but I can't play on stream right now for whatever reason. And if you're not about it, like, hell yeah, dude, just watch Ratropolis. It'll always be here. And if you're not about Ratropolis, what are you doing here? Have you noticed that you're watching a Ratropolis video? I got bad news for you. You're in the wrong room. Hey, Leatherman, I think you got the wrong room. The Leather Club's 2 blocks down the corner. 2 blocks down the... Does he say 2 blocks around the corner? No, that doesn't sound right at all. That's just what I think he says. What does he actually say? I don't even think he calls him Leather. I think he says, hey buddy. He does not call him Leatherman. He says, fuck you, Leatherman. I know my Billy Harrington. Kind of. It's been a while. I'm gonna start this wave because I'm just waiting here for this wave at this point. Hey buddy, I think you got the wrong room. The Leather Club is just around the corner. I'm pretty sure is how that one opens. If you're sitting there going, what the fuck is this guy talking about? Don't worry about it. Alright. Yeah, I just wanted to fire that wave off so I didn't have to sit here with that wall in hand for too much longer. And... oh, this is interesting. There's an anti-synergy between Card Hoard and Gather. I've never seen this before until now. If you have Card Hoard, it overwrites the Gather, right? Because it's just drawing me all of my cards through the Card Hoard. Interesting. So if you have Card Hoard, you want to actually draw with Gather beforehand. Huh. The redraw, so I keep these arrows. We have no front line. You may be sitting here going, hey, there's no front line. Yeah. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know. Like, it's actually fine. This is the interesting thing, is it's actually fine, though. With golden arrows, these guys will never break through. Like, they're gonna struggle to even make it to the wall. If I get... I need a plan, right? We need Laborer, but it's almost coming on to too late for Laborer. So what's our plan gonna be? I mean, typically when you don't get Laborer, you aim for Knight. But we have 13 tacks, so Knight doesn't cut it either. What's the plan then? Ah. Well, that's a great question. I don't know what the plan is. But if I figure it out, I'll tell you. I think we have enough Laborers to justify taking Laborer anyway, more or less. This is the charge boss. I think it could be trouble. It is him. No, it's not. It's the Weasel. Good. It's the Shaman. Excellent news. Shaman players, am I right, fellas? Blizzard hates them. It's World of Warcraft. I never played a Shaman. It's one of the only characters that I've never even played past. Like, I think it is actually the only character I never played past level 20. I don't know what it is about Shaman, but like, I just do not care. I've at least tried everything else for a little bit. Shaman though? Not even once. I think the furthest I ever got was like level 15, and I was like, hey, you know what? I'm gonna go do something else. Shaman? More like, nah, man. Hey, Brew. 3 Card Hoard instead of 2 seems good. Nothing better to upgrade. We're just kinda chilling. I might be in such a position that I'm going to take Golden Company on this run. I don't know. It's interesting, because imagine this run, but instead of Fletcher, I had Slinger, right? We would be dead. I would be so dead. Fletcher is so strong. Is this unit overpowered? And I think the answer is yes and no. I think that Fletcher is like the power level that I would expect out of... maybe a little over the power level I would expect out of a unit in this game, but still about on par with what I would want to see from a unit in this game. Where Golden Company... like, for example... look at Fletcher and compare it to Slinger, right? Look at Fletcher and compare it to any other ranged unit. And you start to see where the problem is, right? It's not that Fletcher's too strong, I think it's that the other ranged units are too weak, but this is not a question for me to answer of is Fletcher too strong or too weak. This is a question for the devs to answer. Does this card not get affected by a workshop? That's interesting. Collect isn't affected by workshop, huh? I didn't know that. Weird. The power level of Fletcher though is, and Labor to the same extent, right? Are these units very, very strong, or is everything else just way weak? That is a hard question for me to answer. I think the answer is a little bit of both, honestly. But it's hard to say. Like, it's actually hard to say. This is a question for the devs to answer, right? How strong is the strength that they want to see in this game? How easy do they want these runs to be? Like, if we're talking about overpowered, though, Overseer is definitely overpowered. Like, no doubt in my mind that unit needs to be hit in some way. I will be sad to see it happen, but like, that guy needs a nerf. Big time, he needs a nerf. Right, imagine if I had 2 Overseers down right now, and they were level 1, they would grant all of my units 10 damage. Every one of these volleys would gain 150 damage from 1 Overseer right now. He's nuts. How's this, please? Right now, my goal is to get down enough laborers to just to have something started off for when we have 20 population here soon. But I think that we're more or less fine. Right, we're perpetually in the position of being one card away from a victory, of course, with Overseer, but that's always how it is. And we are, you know, the laborers aren't going to be like massive beef lords, but they're going to be pretty strong. And I can livestock guards them, or not livestock guards, livestock gather them back to full. Once I'm just going to have like 5 of them ready to roll. And then I'm going to livestock gather out a bunch of laborers to buff them up. More or less the strategy here. I don't know. Well, we did the comparison run, right? I got Shield Rat with Shield Rat Advisor and compared it to Labor, and it's no contest. Like, it is not close. Labor ends up, if you have the right circumstances, having like 1,000 health. And I think that's another important thing, is when units are like Labor versus Shield Rat. Shield Rat's always going to be good. Shield Rat's always going to be fine. Like, he's always going to have 44 health, he's always going to block every other attack. That's it. Labor is occasionally going to, if you don't get the right labors, not going to be very good at all. He's going to be pretty much worthless. He's going to just die. Or he's going to have 1,000 health. And it's not hard to satisfy the or section of that statement. Like, it's not hard to land yourself on that level of damage with labor, or that level of health with labor. Which leads me to believe that labor is superior in almost every regard. However, you may have differing opinions, and that's allowed. For now. Until I become president and outlaw being opposed to my supreme opinions. Or something. Brew. Livestock. We're gonna just livestock gather a ton here. Nice. And then, because we got our 5 here. Fruit. Is fruit is a merchant only. Good to know. But yeah, this run and Ratropolis in general, fine. This game is doing fine. I have no major complaints. I hope that the Leader Plus update is good. And also soon. It's been almost a month. Whoops, I attacked. My mistake. Just give me some money. Yeah, just waiting for Leader Plus at this point. And I'm not rushing the devs, don't get me wrong. It's tough, I get it. They got a lot of cards to implement and make sure work correctly. But I don't know. I may honestly take one Ratropolis away. Like, I might just take off the morning episode. I don't know, because then I wouldn't be able to play Leader Plus and normal mode. But maybe not. When Leader Plus comes out, we're definitely doing 2 episodes a day, though. No problem. No doubt in my mind about that one. God, I love Fletcher. Fletcher's attack speed, I think, is a lot higher than Slinger's, too. That's the thing that really sets him apart in my mind. He's so fast at attacking. And that's important, right? Slinger would be so much... Also, he has, like, what? When upgraded, he has 8 attack, which is... Slinger has 3. Yeah, I compare them together because you have to, but, like, there's no contest. It's a blowout. And not in Slinger's favor either. Probably remove this attack. The good thing about attack is it always gives me something to discard if I need to. Raise tax, I have been passing on. We have 13,000 gold. We've slowly snowballed through our labors, and now we're in a position of extreme power. Extreme power. And we're just gonna chill. Am I gonna take passion here? I could take passion, but the problem with passion right now is that I don't need to. That's the thing, right? I have enough money that I can just redraw for the rest of the run. There's no reason for me to take passion. I could take passion just to be like, hey, look at passion, isn't it so cool? But like, nah. Why? Honestly, why? I have enough money to carry me through. The point where I'm like, okay, wait a minute here, is when I'm sitting here going, okay, what am I gonna name this episode? And I go, oh, shit, dude. I don't know, I'm pretty sure I've had this exact episode before, right? That's where I'm starting to be like, what am I going to call this one? Is this gonna be Fletcher Labor times a million? I don't know. Can I just do that? I mean, I don't see why not, but also, you know. You know. Would you click on this video if it was called Fletcher Labor times a million? And there's only one way to find out. Right? Wrong. I don't know what this video is titled. Hey, what's this video titled? You wanna do this one again? Give me card upgrade here. There's no reason for me to take territory expansion. I mean, there is a reason for me to take territory expansion. And we can't get cocky. We're about to enter wave 20 through 30, which means that we're going to be in an amount of danger. I'm going to power up the army a little bit. I want to leave probably 10 population for labors. That's my rough estimate here. And these aren't insane arrows. They're only they are only 80 damage total, which is not a lot. You may be like, oh, they're not insane. They're only 80 damage. But when you're talking about 8 boys with 100 health, it's like, yeah, they're only 80 damage. My man. Why are you bad-mouthing me? Did I really discard both my military cards? Weird. I'm making it all symmetrical. You know what I'm doing. I have a desire to make sure that my army looks the same on either side. Later here. And then we drop the arrows because there's no reason not to. But if we go up against something like AoE archers here, it could be a problem. I should not feel compelled to do this. There is no good reason for me to do that. Okay, and we're gonna land right about where I want to on the population numbers. Although I actually have more population than I need here. That's fine. 15, 8, 15, and 15, 7, 15. Perfect. And now we just play everything out, and we will get there. Theoretically. Theoretically, right? I don't know if we win from this position, right? We would win if I would just pump out a bunch of laborers, but that's not what I'm doing. I'm playing other units instead for some reason. I should probably stop from here. Also, now it's... The gather is not... Like, it is working with gather now, which is weird. After pointing out that it doesn't work with gather, the game has decided to make it work with gather, the it being card hoard. Card hoard's now letting gather draw me my extra 2 cards, essentially bringing my hand size up to 7. No complaints, of course. And we got Lizard Marines here, which is good. First enemy. I believe you'll... So, here's your rule of thumb for when are you gonna see new enemies. It's on the 2s. Not on the 2s, that's not right. Maybe it is right. You see one on 22, I think you see one on 24 and one on 27, because 26 is a boss wave. Maybe it's 22, 25, 27. I think that might be it. You see one after the boss, and you see one on the second wave of the set. But then I'm trying to figure out when you see the second enemy. I think it's 14, but I think it is 4. I'm pretty sure it's 22, 24, 27. But that could be wrong. You can keep your eyes peeled though and figure it out for yourself. Yeah, I'll take the tower here. There is zero reason for me to not take gold tower here, right? Once again, and this is an interesting thing with me making these videos instead of playing this game for myself, right? Is that there's a moment in my mind where I see something like gold tower and I go, ah, but gold tower, I just did that. I can't do that again. Yeah, I can. Why can't? Who's gonna stop me, right? Why does it matter? So this could be the owl. Right? Are you upset that I just took gold tower? I hope not. I hope you're not upset about something like that. It's not... I've done this a lot though, where it's like, oh yeah, I could take this thing that's going to win me the game, but instead I'm going to skip it because, you know, I don't want to. I've done it too much. I'm imposing some sort of handicap upon myself. Leader Plus, with its reduced number of card options, has really made me realize that I can just... It's fine. Like, just take whatever wins, right? Armor. If only I needed money. Boy howdy, if I needed money, yeehaw. Guess I'll take it anyway. But I would give an extreme yeehaw. But, what do we got here? Syringes? I get syringe buildings. Imagine if I could just make this gold tower like the size of the map, and then it just shoots everywhere. That would be cool. Wait, that'd be so cool if you could actually increase the size of the building like that. It is 24. You see that? Yeah, I was right. So it's 22, 24, 27. Is it just... So it's... It's on the second wave and then after the boss, essentially. So it's 12, 14, and 17, I believe. But the weasel enemies you may not notice. I feel like I noticed these guys a lot more. Night? I feel like I noticed these guys a lot more, but the weasel enemies... Shit, dude, I didn't even realize that the weasel enemies came in different sets until pretty late into my playtime, I gotta be honest with you. So yeah, gold tower's gonna hold this side. We just gotta watch the right side now. And I think that there is, you know, we're doing the old livestock gather combo to utilize some very high health boys here. You can see with just like 17 of our range units, nothing else. They're doing good. However, that's only because we're on the forest. The nothing else is no buffs. But that's only because we're on the forest. If we were on the desert, these guys would be struggling a little bit, I think, because 200 health units are a lot harder to kill than 100 health units. Yeah, give me that. Hell yeah. Now let's see how fast this guy dies. We're running a little low on money here, I will admit. Maybe it's a good thing I took the farming. Tax office, honey drink, bait, golden spear. I could just golden spear. What does this do? 766? That, I don't know. That one. I think a lot of these cards need to be tweaked in one direction or another. Maybe we should have upgraded. You know, I should have upgraded the drugstore probably. Oh well. It's too late now. We upgraded tax office. It's just, wow, I'm terrible. It's just a little late for tax office to really shine here. However, it's not that late. And the golden tower, it's running me out of money. You can see it's actually starting to run me a little dry here. However, it's fine. Like, I think it's actually fine. I'm not concerned at all. I'm gonna play a flecker here just to drop some arrows. Just to help out, you know. Because I can. I care. I can't see how strong our laborers are, however I'm just going to take my assumption that they are very strong. And... oh god, I hit him for 54, sorry boys. That's okay, we'll heal him up. Livestock Gather will heal 2 every 3 seconds, which is, you know, good. I would definitely call that pretty good. It's better than them healing nothing. I think they're pretty easy at this point too, especially if the ones that are upgraded are taking the hits in here, which I can't really see. Are any upgraded in here? I don't know. It's hard to tell. Like, when they're all stacked up like this, you can't even see if any of them are dropping low, you know? Fire it off. I'm just gonna take money. Like, I want money. I just want to have around 10,000 for the gold tower. And then I'm satisfied. Yeah, we're looking alright. This one has the dogs that heal. They've standardized the enemies on these waves, right? Each of the maps has a range unit. Each of the maps has a... what is the... oh no, it's not really standardized, right? It's just standardized that each one has a range unit and each one has a dog unit, right? Does the coast have a dog unit though? I'm not sure, actually. Like, there's AoE archers on this in the desert. There's dogs on this in the desert. There's marines on the forest and the coast. Although, like, every enemy is a marine on the coast except for the dogs, which do the knockback. There are dogs on the coast, yeah. So you got the dogs, the standard units. I'm not even counting the standard units when I'm thinking about this, by the way. You got the dogs, the marines that jump the wall, and you got the crab throwers, which are the ranged version on the coast. The crab throwers are the ranged unit of choice. And then on the desert you got fire archers, bombers, and dogs. And then on the coast you got marines, dogs, and AoE archers. So it's like a ranged unit, a flex unit, and a dog are your 3 unit types, right? And I think that... oh, hey, overseer. Sure, why not? I think that the worst map, of course, is the desert, because their flex unit is those bombers, which aren't the worst, right? The fire arrows are the worst, but the bombers aren't really nice. What side? Good thing I grabbed this. If this is the owl, we gotta move back, right? Oh, remember when I paid money for overseer? Yeah, what an idiot, right? I bought that gold tower and then nothing landed over there. I don't know, I could just like look at the actual enemy list to get a better look at what I'm talking about here. Maybe I'll do that. I don't know. Do livestock gather. There's no reason to play more overseers. We just play out a bunch of these and then we're rolling here. Right? I haven't seen the snake in a while. I would like to see the snake here. It's been a long time. No, it's the owl. The owl is really like just countered by all these buildings that it has to go through because it can't break 4 buildings at a time. Which is its big value is that it does so much, like it does so much AoE damage, right? But when it lands, it just has to go through all these buildings. It doesn't get anywhere. I think that if they wanted to make the owl more threatening, they should just make it land on, like it should just ignore buildings basically. What they need to do about it. But yeah, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed, leave me a like. Subscribe if you would like to see more. I forgot to sneak it in halfway through the video. Or did I? And I will see you in the next one. Have a good one.